He's the one that got me and basically all of Black Hollywood into it, man. And ever
Was
since,
Will, you think?
Huh?
Will
Will
was the
Smith.
one who got
Everybody.
he got me into it. He got Anthony Anderson in it. He got Frank Flex in it. He got Dwayne Martin into it. He got Dondre Whitfield, Chris Spencer. Like all of us 90s guys.
Yeah.
Will was kind of like that first dude to do it. And next thing we know, we were all addicted and we're all joining country clubs and it added, put it this way, in my world, golf became one of my hustles.
Yeah.
Because nigga, I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
Right? And when I say hustle, meaning people wonder, like, Alex, how do you know all these superstar athletes?
Yeah.
How you friends? You go on my Instagram and it looks like Hall of Fame. How do you know all these guys? Every superstar that play pro baseball, basketball, football, hockey, they all have foundations. Mm-hmm. And they all have golf tournaments. And they all want a comedian to be the funny guy to help them raise money. To be honest with you, I'm no different than what Bob Hope did in the 70s and the 60s. People are like, dude, you're like the Black Bob Hope. What did every superstar in the 60s and 70s that had golf tournament, they had Bob Hope. He's the funny guy. He loves golf. And but little do you know, those athletes, they were paying me more for that one night of banquet to make people laugh than me doing 6 shows at the Improv this weekend. Than me having to go do 5 shows at the Funny Bone in Tennessee.
Good money.
Good money. So that's where I come in. It's my hustle.
Yeah.
But while I'm hustling, making real money, doing what I do, doing stand-up, I now got about 11 new numbers from guys coming up to me, hey, man, I'm Dr. J. You know, I have a tournament that I do in Philly. Could you come to it? Hey, man, I'm Reggie Bush. Hey, man, I'm Vince Carter. Hey, man, I'm Allen Iverson. Hey, man, I'm James Worthy. Hey, man, I'm Magic Johnson. Next thing I know,
foundation golf tournaments.
next thing I know, I was the black dude that hosts every golf tournament. But I'm hustling. Thank you for the comedy money. That's what got me here.
Absolutely.
I'm now learning how to play golf better.
Yeah.
I'm now meeting all these superstars. What did I end up doing? My own tournament. People go, how does this little nigga have all these superstars in his tournament? Who is he?
Yeah.
They don't realize the hustle I put in. And then finally,
Your own thing.
South Central Country Club.
Oh, okay, we tied it in.
Yeah. See how you brought it into that?
Then you bring it all back around.
Yeah.
South Central Country Club, after now 30 years of playing golf all over the world, and me always being that fly nigga of rocking other people's shit, I did it for myself.
Yeah.
I've studied some of the greatest designers. A lot of people don't realize that. Even though I'm a comedian, I've always been a fly nigga. Right? So way before a whole lot of guys that you see on the internet that are able to pay for stylists. Yeah, I was the first comedian nigga that you could check on that. People be like, who's your stylist? I'm like, a nigga named me. Yeah. Right? So long story short, two things that are some of the greatest designers of all time. Take Ralph Lauren, take Versace. They all say the same thing. They say, when I started my brand, I did it for me. Friends started liking it. That's dope. What is that shit you wearing? What is that? Well, I never seen that before. It's just me. It started to get so much traction everywhere I went. People started going, where can I buy it? How can I get it? So it kind of forced me to go, I'm going to have to do this shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't get more organic than that. I wasn't trying to be another comedian or somebody that's go, yeah, you know, I did it. Like, no, I just had to do it. So since I'm from South Central LA, I've tried to, the same way I did with the Black Dads Club, tried to speak it into a positive. Got sick of people saying black men just make babies and don't take care of them. I got sick of people going South Central LA, and the only thing, when you say South Central LA to the rest of the world, you just think gang banging, Crips, Bloods, murder.
That's what my next question was going to be before we moved on was, you being from South Central, who was your inspiration for you to even think about becoming a comedian? Because South Central back then, no offense, nothing, it wasn't funny.
Right. Not at all.
That shit was scary.
So,
it wasn't nothing funny about South Central.
I'm glad you brought that in because I'm going to finish the end of that and tie it right into that. So because of all that negativity, and here I am, it's kind of like my real story. I was the only black kid in an all-white private school for 9 years. I went from the middle of the hood, shootouts, drive-bys, half my family being Crips, half my family being Bloods, to Burton Way in Doheny, 2 blocks from Rodeo. My whole life, I got teased my whole life from black kids. You sound like a white boy. You act like a white boy. It's to be like, holy cow, whatever gave you that idea. You know what I mean? You know, by 13, I had been to more bar mitzvahs than barbecues. Like, this is true shit. These are real stories I tell. Like, by 14, I had been to so many bar mitzvahs that my mother custom made me my own yarmulke. And she made it out of a Purple Crown Royal bag.
Oh, wow.
Nigga, I was walking around school looking like a black Jewish pimp. You know, people like, what's up, Alex? I'm like, Shabbat Shalom, motherfucker. You know, like, so who knew 20 years later, I ended up writing on one of the greatest TV shows of all time, and it had a lot to do with how I really grew up. Only difference is I didn't live in Bel Air. I came home to shootouts in the ghetto bird and crazy shit every day, but I went to Beverly Hills every day. And that's why when Will and I met and we got along, we had a lot in common. It's just he grew up in Philly, I grew up in LA. But back to the golf thing, because it was so negative, and I'm a kid that, man, I'm going from South Central to St. Andrews. For the people that don't know, St. Andrews is the most famous golf course in the world. It was the first golf course in the world, and that's where they play the British Open. And I played there twice. Scotland.
Wow.
Nigga, coming from where I came from, that wasn't supposed to happen. So long story short, I spoke it to it in existence. When white people, I'll be at a country club, and white people go, oh my God, I love that t-shirt, I love that hoodie. Where is South Central Country Club? I've never played it. And I'm like, and I haven't either.
It doesn't exist yet.
It doesn't yet. I'm speaking it into existence, but this is my clothing line. It's called South Central Country Club. You can go to southcentralcountryclub.com, and my whole mission statement is, hey, we stay fly on and off the golf course. You don't have to be a golfer to rock South Central Country Club, and I'll end it on this. I always tell people, everybody I know got some Ralph Lauren, some Polo in their wardrobe, and they never rode a horse.
Yeah, you fucking right.
What is Polo? What the hell is Polo?
They don't even know what Polo is. But so that's how I feel about South Central Country Club. So go get that. But as far as South Central growing up, I use an example that the GOAT, my GOAT, the greatest of all time, Richard Pryor.
Okay, there we go.
He used to do a joke about when he went to jail. And, you know, he wasn't a gangster. He wasn't a killer like these niggas.
Yeah.
So what did he do? He kept them niggas laughing to keep their minds off the booty.
I remember that, yeah.
My story, I kept them niggas laughing so they wouldn't whoop my ass or want me to be in the gang. Like, literally. I was just the silly nigga in the hood. Even down to, like, Up in Smoke, right? Think about it. To this day, biggest tour in hip-hop history? Dr. Dre, Eminem, Ice Cube, Eastsiders. We did 49 cities, sold out every city in America. Dr. Dre was like, Alex, I want to do something different, something that had never been done before. Nigga, I want a comedian to host a rap tour. So I became the host of the biggest tour of all time.
A great one.
And the reason those niggas love me, they knew I was from South Central, but I am the one nigga on this entire tour. I ain't ever been to jail. I don't bang. I'm not a Crip or a Blood. Nigga, I was a Cub Scout.
And you don't smoke weed.
And I don't smoke weed. I was nothing.
Weed.
But every one of those niggas love me because I'm still from the hood. I still kept the essence of who I was, but I was a funny motherfucker that they loved and respected. You know what I mean? I've known Ice Cube since high school. You know what I mean? Snoop, that's like my brother. Dr. Dre, like my brother. Warren G. West. I was Suge Knight used to always joke with me. He used to always.
I'm not joking with no Suge Knight.
No, but Suge used to joke with me. He used to always be like, nigga, if we had comedy, nigga, you'd be the first on Death Row Comedy.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because
I'm good, Suge.
But I'm
okay.
You got it.
But I was that dude that literally, back to the whole point, because I was funny and silly and not from either one of those sides and not afraid of anybody, they had to love me. Because it's like, nigga, I'm not trying to be something that I'm not, nigga. Snoop used to sick niggas on me. We could be in the back of the tour bus, and, you know, they all smoking and drinking and getting high, doing what niggas do when they get high. In LA, we call it bagging. The other cities call it snapping or joning. And nigga, I had to lay niggas down. What the AK-47 joke gun? So when I see, shout out to all these little young niggas that roast.
So you were
you know all the roasters.
You was
nigga, roasting is black comedy 101.
Absolutely.
It's like it's the equivalent of a nigga that can freestyle his ass off, but can't write a song.
Yeah.
I'm not saying names, but we know a lot of niggas.
I know.
They can roast their asses off, but they cannot do 30 minutes on stage. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I was that dude that had to like really prove myself. Like, yeah, they don't know comedy, they just know bagging, and I had to lay niggas down on the back of all those tour buses to get the respect. So they got to see not only is he a real nigga and can roast with us, this nigga really has jokes.
Yep.
He really can host 30,000 people every night.